Hi, and welcome to our video review session this week with Sophie and Ollie. We are going to be focusing in this segment on recall. So recall is our technical term for come when I call you. And there are a lot of nuances about teaching this, and many of them are about what not to do. So I want to run through some of those, show you different ways to practice, and these two are so cute together. So let's talk about our foundation for recall is name game. So we've been talking about that for weeks, and we build on that all the way through my advanced level classes. It is the key to having your dog come to you. If you cannot stop them from whatever they're doing and get their attention by saying their name, then following up with the word come is usually pointless. So that brings me to kind of my number one rule, is that we are only going to use your recall word, and I don't care what that word is. It could be come, here, cookie, treat. A lot of times I'll have clients tell me, the only way I can get my dog to come to me is when I say the word treat. Well, my response to that is, you've trained a perfect recall. It's just your recall word is treat. And the reason being is that your dog knows that when you use that word, something good is going to happen. That's what teaching a recall is all about. Unfortunately, we use the word come a lot of times, and the end result is not great for the dog. They're playing with their, outside with their buddies, and I call them to come, and they come in, and maybe I give them a cookie, but then I put them inside. End of fun. We're at a beach, and I call my dog, come, and they come, and I put a leash on, and we walk away for the day. So number one rule is making sure that the end result for your dog is something fantastic, not just as they get to you, meaning a treat or a toy or something they're loving and petting, but 2 or 3 steps after that. What is the result for the dog? It needs to be good in the training process. And I mean like really good. So if you can't guarantee that, just don't use your recall word. There are many ways I can get my puppy to come to me without poisoning my recall word. And by poisoning, I mean not having amazing things happen. I could clap my hands. Hi, puppies. Hi. I can make kissing noises. I can do all kinds of things. I can clap my hands and run away from my puppy. Hey, hi. Hi, yay. So none of those things require me to use my recall word. So when I use my recall word, not only, and let's just for our purposes say come. So not only am I making sure that the end result is great, but I am making sure that when I use that word, I am guaranteed a very high level, like 90% or more, that my dog is going to succeed. So you have to be very careful about when you're using that word. In fact, I recommend not using come unless your dog is already moving towards you, or that we're practicing and we're getting positive results because we know that we've set this up in a way to be appropriate. So let's do a little couple practices here. I'm going to use both puppies at the same time because they're both learning. So first thing I'm going to do is just a little warm up with name game. Ollie! Yes! Oh, very good. Hi. Oh, that's not so good. What? Oh my goodness. Hi, Soph. Paws on the ground. Paws on the ground. Sophie! Paws on the ground. Treat low if you can to avoid. Thank you. Ollie! Oh, yes. Yes, there we go. So just a little warm up. These puppies know I have something great. And then we're going to do something I call treat toss, which is and the dogs will run out of sight, but that's fine. So treat toss is simply tossing a treat away, telling the puppy to go find it, and then using my recall word. So ready? Here we go. Here we go. Go find it. Ready? Ollie, go find it. No. Here we go. Sometimes it's hard for puppies to track treats when I throw them. Go find it. Ollie, come. Yes. Good job. With Ollie, I'm adding what's called a collar grab, okay? Ollie does not like to be caught, meaning when I reach down, hi, gotcha, and touch his collar, he gets a little bit squirrely. And so I'm doing a lot of what I call collar grab or the gotcha game, where I just reach out, treats remain hidden, hi, reach out, hold the collar, and deliver my treat. Okay, so I'm adding that to my recall sometimes, not all the time, but I'm adding it because I want that element of control to be there, and I want the dog to think really good things happen when they are caught. Okay, so let's try this again. Treat toss, ready? Go find it. And then, Sophie, come. Yes, so very good. So I'm doing a short distance here, like 5-10 feet maybe. And I'm tossing those treats, waiting for the puppy to gobble them up, and then either as they're turning back towards me or right before, I'm going to say their name, which again I should get a nice response from because I've been practicing name game, and then, oh my god, you guys are so perfect little angels, and then I'm adding my recall word. If I really want to amp things up a notch, I'm going to run in the opposite direction as I call that dog, which gives me a little bit more distance that the dog has to travel, and it usually will increase the speed and enthusiasm of recall, which is another part that I'm really working on. So, but for our purposes, I'd be out of camera, so I'm not gonna add that right now. But let's try this downhill. Let's go the other way. Ready? Go find it. Sophie, come. Yes. Good job. Ready? Go find it. And if they can't find it, they can run right back. Go find it. Ollie, come. Now I'm only using one name at a time, but they both are hearing the word come. The end result is perfect for both of them, and they're learning very nicely to hold a great sit for attention, which I love. So the key to anything we're doing is successful repetitions. Over and over and over, that dog hears that word, they respond appropriately, and the reward is fantastic. So I literally can't take these two. They are so great. So the more practice I can get in, the better. But again, you are shooting for high levels of success. So when we move out into the yard, which is vast, I will try to show you a picture maybe as we walk down. It's huge. There are crazy amounts of distraction. I might not practice recall in that environment yet. I'm going to work up to that in the next couple weeks, but right now, because I want to make sure that I can control the outcome, I know that the dog's going to make the right choice, I'm practicing in pretty controlled scenarios. So you can practice the treat toss game in the house. You can, I love doing like a hide and go seek where I say the dog's name and I run away and I hide somewhere, and then when I hear them getting close, I'll say, come, and they find me and we treat, and play a game of, tug, something like that. Tug is also a great reinforcer. As the dog comes in, we can play that game. It keeps dogs really excited and amped up. So those are the things I want you to focus on for recall this week. We will add more to that package later. You can also check your training manual for suggested ways to practice. That will be a good reminder for you. And we're going to move on to segment 2 in a little bit, which is teaching, again, we're reviewing and teaching the down on your mat. And we'll get to that in a little bit. All right, so we are about to enter the yard space. So lots and lots of space, as you can see. So we tend not to, so I could do a little practice of a recall here and just see what happens. But first thing I'm gonna do is say the puppy's name. So Sophie! Okay, now, again, super distracting. Oh, and she has to pee. So, okay, I'm not gonna. Sophie! Yes, good girl. Come. Very good. Oh my goodness, you're so brilliant. Good girl. Good girl. So that was a great way to practice. We're going to keep walking down the stairs. Talk about what to do if you want to practice a recall, but things start going wrong. So if I said my puppy's name, Ollie! Yes! Come! Good job, Ollie! Oh my goodness, you're so smart. Okay, so what did I do there? I said, oh, hi. So I said the puppy's name, and he didn't look at me right away. Hi, bud. He didn't look at me right away. So I waited. I didn't do anything until the dog started to move towards me. And then, as soon as he started moving towards me, I said yes, which is our marker word, means he understands that he is doing the right thing. And then I said come as he was moving, already making the correct decision. So I didn't add that recall word until I got what I was looking for. So that's a good way to practice if you're not sure what the outcome is going to be. Let's try with Sophie. Sophie! Yes! Come! Very good. Now, they know that marker word, that word yes. So as soon as she looked at me and I said yes, she started booking in fast, which is, again, perfect. All right, so warming up again with our collar grab. Ollie, yes! Collar grab. Good job. And again, there's really no words for this. Sometimes I add like a fun little thing like, gotcha! But you notice how I'm just touching the collar, maybe putting my hands around it, but not putting any pressure on it. Because if I put pressure on her collar right now, or his collar, hi! See how he really doesn't want to move towards me? So eventually he will start to move towards me because he knows good things are going to happen. But for now, yes! I'm just going to, so I love that when he gets up and moves towards me a little bit. But right now I'm just going to reach out and leave my hand on the collar as I'm treating. And then as I let go, no treats happen. And so we're warming up with that, and then we're working on our down. Yes, and he's really got that this week. We want to have no pointing, no luring of any sort. Touch. Yes. So I can use touch to get him out of the down. Down. Yes, beautiful. So good. And then we'll start working, once I really get this, next week we'll start working on a place cue, which means you walk over to the bed and lie down and not move. That's kind of the third step. But he's doing awesome with down, so continue with that, and the recall, really focus on that this week. And that collar grab stuff, so we can hopefully really counter condition that response of, and maybe sometimes a little growling. All right, have a great weekend. Bye.